Hello friends, in my previous video, I had explained what type of the MCQs will be asked in logic and then trigonometric function. Now in this video, I will discuss what type of the MCQ will be asked on chapter number 4, pair of straight line. नमस्ते विद्यार्थी मित्रो, या व्हिडिओमध्ये आपण पेअर ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाईन या चॅप्टरवर कोणत्या प्रकारचे MCQs विचारले जाऊ शकतात ते आपण बघणार आहोत. यापूर्वीच मी माझे 2 व्हिडिओ MCQ साठी अपलोड केलेले आहेत, लॉजिक साठी आणि ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन साठी. या व्हिडिओच्या आय बटन वर जर तुम्ही क्लिक केलं, इफ यू क्लिक ऑन दी आय बटन ऑफ दिस व्हिडिओ, then you will get the link of all my videos. Now let us start here. First question: if the equation ax square plus 2hxy plus y square is equals to 0 represent two coincident line, then h is equals to. Now we'll compare this equation with a x square plus 2h xy plus by square is equals to 0. And here you will get the value of capital A is equals to 4. Next, h is equals to capital H is equals to small h upon 2, and B is equals to capital B is equals to 1. When the lines are coincident, then we have the condition h square minus AB is equals to 0. Now substitute the value. H means what? H by 2 bracket square minus AB. A is 4, B is 1, and that's equals to 0. And therefore, here h square upon 4 is equals to 4, and therefore h square is equals to 16, and hence h is equals to plus or minus 4, and hence the option C is a correct one. Now the next question: if the lines represented by kx square minus 3xy plus 6y square are perpendicular to each other, then the value of k is. Okay, this is the joint equation. Here guys, the joint equation of the pair of straight line. And suppose that two lines are perpendicular, then there is a condition that the coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square, that's equals to 0. Means what? A plus B is equals to 0. Now what is here? A is k, B is 6 is equals to 0, and k is equals to minus 6, and hence the option B is a correct one. Okay. Now the next, the auxiliary equation of 2x square plus 3xy minus 9y square is equals to 0 is. To convert this auxiliary equation, divide the whole equation by x square ने आपण ते divide करणार. If we divide this whole equation by x square, 2x square upon x square, you will get here 2 plus 3xy upon x square minus 9y square upon x square, and that's equals to 0. This is a joint equation of pair of straight line असणार आहे. It passes through the origin. If we divide by x square, then you will get 2 plus 2 3xy upon x square minus 9y square. Therefore here we have y upon x, that's equals to m. The given line passes through the origin, and therefore you will have 2. इथे किती येणार? तर x कट होणार, that is a 3 into y upon x minus 9 y upon x, and it's a whole square, and that's equals to 0. Therefore the given equation is 2 plus 3m minus 9m square, and that's equals to 0. And therefore if we change the sign, then you'll get 9m square minus 3m minus 2 is equals to 0, and hence the option B is a correct one. MCQ सगळ्यात जास्त important यासाठी आहे की question number 1 हा 16 marks साठी आहे. Okay. Now the next, the difference between the slopes of the lines represented by 3x square minus 4xy plus y square is. Now separate हे दोन्ही लाईन्स आपण काय करणार तर त्या सेपरेट करणार. That is a 3x square minus 4xy means what? 3xy minus xy plus y square is equals to 0. Now take 3x as a common, then in bracket you will get x minus y. From here take y minus y as a common, then in bracket you will get x minus y, bracket complete, is equals to 0. And therefore you will have the separate equation x minus y in another bracket, 3x minus y is equals to 0. Okay. Now the slope of the first line is x minus y is equals to 0, means what? Y is equals to x. And what about the second line? Y. 3x minus y is equals to 0. That is y is equals to 3x. Slope of first line is m1 is 1 and m2 is 3, and their difference is 2. And therefore the option A is a correct one. Next, if the two lines ax square plus 2hxy plus by square is equals to 0 makes an angles alpha and beta with x-axis, then tan of alpha plus beta is equals to. Okay. The option D is a correct one. Now see this here. Now the two lines makes an angle of, that is a alpha and the beta in a positive direction of the x-axis, means what? These two lines passes through the origin. One line makes an angle of alpha and another makes an angle of beta. Okay. Therefore, the slope of the first line m1 is tan alpha, m2 is the tan of beta. Then what is the angle between them? The angle between them, that is a tan of alpha plus beta. If we write angle between them, instead of angle between them, that is we want to find out tan of alpha plus beta. कसा लिहिता येईल आपल्याला, and not angle between them. Okay. Tan of alpha plus beta is equals to tan alpha plus tan beta upon 1 minus tan alpha into beta. So what is the tan alpha is m1, tan beta is m2. 1 minus m1 into m2. Now the sum of the roots from this equation. Okay. That is m1 plus m2 for any line. If the joint equation of pair of straight line is ax square plus 2hx square plus by square असेल, then the sum of the roots किती असतं minus 2h upon b, and m1 into m2 is a upon b. And if we simplify this, then you will get here that is equals to 2h upon a minus b. Therefore, tan of a plus b is equals to 2h upon a minus b, and this is the answer. Option D is a correct one. Now the next, if the slope of one of the two lines x square upon a plus 2xy upon h plus y square upon b is equals to 0 is a twice that of the other, then AB has to hs square is. Okay. Now see this here. M1 and M2 are the slopes of the lines represented by x square plus 2hxy plus by square is equals to 0. Then their sum m1 plus m2 is equals to minus 2h upon b. M1 into m2 is a upon b. Okay. Now here the slope of one line is a twice the other. Therefore, we write here that is a m1 is equals to 2 times m2. Okay. Here m1 is replaced by 2m2 plus m2 minus 2h upon b. m1 into m2 is equals to a upon b, means what? m1 is 2m2 into m2. Okay. पुन्हा हे simplify करणार. 2 times m2 plus m2 means what? 3m2. Therefore, m2 is equals to minus 2b upon 3h, And what about their product? That's a product किती येणार? That is m2 square is equals to b upon 2a. Okay. Now substitute the values. m2 square is equals to b upon 2a. Substitute the value of this m2 minus 2b upon 3h bracket square is equals to b upon 2a. And here's a simplify केलं. Then you will get 4b square upon 9h square is equals to b upon 2a. And therefore, after simplification, what is that? A upon b. This bb will get cancelled. ab upon h square is equals to 9 upon 8 after the simplification. And therefore, ab upon h square. ab as to h square is equals to is 9 as to 8. This is okay. Easy question though. Now the next. The joint equation of the lines through the origin and perpendicular to the pair of lines 3x square plus 4xy minus 5y square is equals to 0 is. Okay. Now this is the joint equation of pair of lines. याला perpendicular असणाऱ्या joint equation किती असणार? Okay. And suppose that the slope of that first line is m1 and slope of the second line is m2. The lines which is perpendicular to this given line, okay, line perpendicular to this first line has the slope minus 1 upon m1. Therefore, its equation as it passes through the origin, its equation is a minus 1 upon m1 into x. This is the second line, okay, it has the slope m2, and the line perpendicular to this line, it has a slope minus 1 upon m2, and its equation is that is a minus 1 upon m2 into x. Therefore, हे equation आपल्याला कसं लिहिता येईल? That is, I will write here y m1 is equals to minus x, and what about here? Y m2 is equals to minus x. And if you simplify this, then you will get x plus m1 y is equals to 0, and here is another one, x plus y m2, and that's equals to 0. Now the joint equation is a joint equation तयार करणार. Therefore, here you will get x plus m1y into x plus m2y is equals to 0. Now the product x into x, you will get here x square, x into m2y and m1y into x. Therefore, here you will get, and if we take xy as a common, then m1 plus m2 bracket complete into xy, and the product of last term m1 into m2 into y square, and that's equals to 0. Now from this equation, what is that? Joint equation of the pair of lines आपल्याला काय दिले? It is a 3x square plus 4xy minus 5y square is equals to 0. Now what is the value of m1 plus m2? m1 plus m2 is minus 2h upon b, and therefore the value of h here is 2, minus 2 into 2, b is minus 5, okay, minus minus will become plus. This is a 4 by 5. This is the m1 plus m2. And what about the m1 into m2? m1 into m2 is a upon b. The value of a is 3, b is minus 5. Okay. Therefore, substitute the values. आपण इथे त्या values जर substitute केल्या, x square, keep it as it is. m1 plus m2, 4 by 5 xy m1 into m2, that is a 3 upon minus 5 into y square is equals to 0. Now multiply the whole equation by 5, then you will get 5x square plus 4xy minus 3y square is equals to 0, and hence the option A is a correct one. That is a 5x square plus 4xy minus 3y square is equals to 0. हे मात्र फास्ट करावं लागणार तुम्हाला. Okay. Now the next, if the acute angle between lines ax square plus 2hxy plus by square is equals to 0 is pi by 4, then 4h square is equals to, very simple. What about here? The acute angle, that is a tan theta is equals to in mod of 2 in root of h square minus ab upon a plus b. Okay. What is the angle? Angle is pi by 4, and tan of pi by 4. There is a tan of pi by 4 is equals to 2 in root of h square minus ab upon a plus b, and tan pi by 4 is 1. Okay, squaring on both sides. Here you will get 4 h square minus ab upon a plus b bracket square. Here is a plus b bracket square, and after simplification, they simplify karna cross multiplication. Therefore, you will get 4h square minus 4 ab is equals to a plus b bracket square, and after simplification you will get 4h square is equals to a plus b bracket square plus 4 ab, and if we expand this, then you will get here, क्या टाइप चा आंसर आएगा तो नहीं है. Therefore you will get here a square plus 6ab plus b square, and hence the option B is the correct one. Now the next, if the equation 3x square minus 8xy plus qy square plus 2x plus 14y plus p is equals to 1 represent a pair of perpendicular lines, then the value of p and q is. One thing is important here, when the lines are perpendicular to each other, then the coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square is 0. Means what here? The coefficient of x square is 3, coefficient of y square is q, and that's equals to 0. Therefore here the value of q is minus 3. आता माइनस q ची व्हॅल्यू मायनस 3 असणार ऑप्शन कोणता या ठिकाणी आपण बघणार. The option is a B, and hence the option B is a correct one. Otherwise you can find out by using the determinant formula or ABC this way. Okay, त्या प्रकारे पण तुम्हाला फाइंड आउट करता येईल, पण ते लॉंग कॅल्क्युलेशन्स करण्यापेक्षा by using the elimination method you can have as the value of q is minus 3. मग q ची व्हॅल्यू minus 3 असणार ऑप्शन कोणता आहे तर B आहे. Therefore the option B is the correct one. Now the next question. The area of triangle formed by the lines x square plus 4xy plus y square is equals to 0 and x minus y minus 4 is equals to 0 is. Okay. Now here is important formula, that is the area is equals to p square upon root 3, where p is the length of the perpendicular from origin to this line. Okay. Now the perpendicular distance of the line x minus y minus 4 is equals to 0 from the origin is. Here the coefficient of x is 1, that is a 0 into 1. Next, coefficient of y is minus 1 into 0 minus 4 upon in root of coefficient of x, that is 1 square, and plus minus 1 square, and therefore here you will get, that is a p is equals to a 0 na minus 4 upon 1 plus 1, that is a root 2. Okay, this is the value of p, that is equals to p upon root 2. What's the area? Area किती है? Area is equals to p square upon 3. The square of this p square is a 16 upon 2, and this whole divided by root 3 means what? 8 upon root 3. This will be the area of the triangle, and hence the option B is a correct one. यासाठी formula काय important है? That is the area is equals to p square upon root 3, where p is a length of the perpendicular from the origin on this line. Okay. Next question. The combined equation of the coordinate axis. The equation of the x-axis is y is equals to 0. Equation of y-axis is x is equals to 0. And their combined equation means what? Product of x into y. That is x into y is equals to 0. And hence the option C is the correct one. Now the next. If hs square is equals to ab, then slope of the lines ax square plus 2hxy plus by square is equals to 0 are in the ratio. Okay. Now, when hs square minus ab is equals to 0 or hs square is equals to ab, then we say that the lines are coincident. This is the condition. And hence, therefore, the slopes of the lines are equal. At that time, the slopes of the lines are equal. And therefore, the option D is a correct one. When the lines are coincident, they have the equal slopes, and therefore the ratio of their slopes is 1:1. Okay. Now the next. If the slope of one of the lines ax square plus 2hxy plus by square is equals to 0 is 5 times the slope of the other, then 5h square is equals to. Now see this here important formula. This is the joint equation of a line ax square plus 2hxy plus by square is equals to 0. Sum of the slopes m1 plus m2 is minus 2h upon b. m1 into m2 is equals to a upon b. Now what is the condition given? The slope of one line is 5 times the slope of the other. Therefore here we'll write, that is m1 is equals to 5 times m2. If we substitute the value, that is m1 is 5 times m2 plus m2 is equals to minus 2h upon b. Next, m1 into m2. The value of m1 किती है? That is 5 m2 into m2 is equals to a upon b. m1 into m2 is m2 square is equals to a upon 5b. If you add this, then you will get 6 m2 is equals to minus 2h upon b. Therefore, m2 is equals to minus. If we simplify it, then you will get minus h upon 3b. Substitute the value of this m2 in this equation. Then you will get minus h. Substitute the value minus h upon 3b bracket square is equals to a upon 5b. Okay. After this squaring, you will get h square. Okay. There is a 9b square is equals to a upon 5b. एक एक b या ठिकाणचा काय होणार तर कट होणार. Therefore you will get here h square is equals to after the cross multiplication करना bb कट होना h square is equals to 9ab, and we want to find out the value of 5h square. Okay, therefore after the multiplication हा bb इथे कट होणार 5 into h square, you will get 5h square. 9 एक b इथला कट होणार 9ab, therefore the option D is a correct one. The value of 5h square is equals to 9ab. Now the next question. If the distance between lines x minus 2y bracket square plus k into x minus 2y is equals to 0 is 3 unit, then the value of k is, see this here, the line x minus 2y bracket square plus k in bracket x minus 2y is equals to 0. Now from these two lines, we will take, from this equation, we will take x minus 2y as a common. If we take x minus 2y as a common, then what are the remaining terms? यातनं काय राहणार शिल्लक? तर x minus 2y, and what is the remaining here? Plus k. That's equals to 0. Therefore, in first bracket x minus 2y and second bracket x minus 2y plus k is equals to 0. Therefore, the equations of the lines are x minus 2y is equals to 0 and x minus 2y plus k is equals to 0. Now see this here. These two lines are parallel lines. They have the same coefficient of x and y. Coefficient of x is 1 1. What about the y? Y is minus 2. Therefore, these two lines are parallel. When the two lines are parallel, the distance between the two lines is d1 minus d2 or c1 minus c2. What is here c2? C2 is k. Here c1 is 0 upon in root of coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square. Means what? K minus 0. Okay. The distance d is, here is a c2 minus c1 upon in root of parallel lines the distance. Okay. That is a k minus 0 in root of 1 square minus 2 square is a 4. Okay. And that distance is 3. Can I apply the distance? Distance is 3. And therefore, after simplification, 1 plus 4, you will get 5. And therefore, after removing this modulus sign, you will get plus or minus 3. 1 plus 4 is 5. Therefore, k is equals to plus or minus 3 root 5. And hence, the option D is the correct one. And in this way, we have completed the chapter number 4, pair of straight line. What type of the MCQ will be asked in the board exam as well as CET examination. I will see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.